Prime Minister Andrej Plenković is holding a meeting with the heads of parliamentary political parties this afternoon, at which he is seeking a consensus on how to resolve the border dispute with Slovenia. Meanwhile, in the Slovenian capital, Ljubljana, members of that country's Parliamentary Committee on Defence Issues is meeting to discuss its military options. Slovenia is insisting that Croatia abide by the recent border arbitration ruling, even though Croatia pulled out of that process in 2015, after it was discovered that the Slovenian side had been engaged in backroom deals in order to secure a favourable ruling. Yesterday, European Commission President Jean-Claude Juncker told Croatian television that he didn't agree with those countries who were blocking other newer EU member states and expressed his hope that Croatia and Slovenia would find a bilateral solution to their border dispute. At today's cabinet session, Prime Minister Andrej Plenković thanked all those who had worked up until now on the action plan for the implementation of educational reforms in Croatia, which was completed in the last few days, announcing that given his government's new configuration, the decision had been made to make changes to the expert commission for educational reforms. Croatia's Prime Minister also said it was his government's goal to reach the widest possible consensus on the reforms in a pluralistic way, so as to ease tensions over this issue. The government has adopted amendments to the law on local taxes, which will postpone the introduction of a new property tax, which had been envisaged for the beginning of next year. Prime Minister Plenković said today that in future this area would be regulated by the law on communal services, while Finance Minister Zdravko Marić acknowledged that the details of the new property tax hadn't been explained to the public very well. Sberbank's CEO Herman Gref has announced legal action against the Agrokor Food Consortium, claiming that the Russian state-owned bank is the victim of fraud on an unprecedented scale. Agrokor owes Sberbank over €1 billion. Gref has said that Sberbank is prepared to spend a long time in court and has already filed criminal charges against Agrokor's owner, Ivica Todoric, and the company's management board. He also said that the Russian bank would come after the auditor who had rubber-stamped Agrokor's fraudulent business reports. Sport, and in the first round of play in Group D in UEFA's Europa League, Rijeka plays host to the Greek side AEK Athens tonight at 7 p.m, and there will be live coverage on Croatian television's second channel. In the other game in the group, Austria Vienna faces Italian side Milan. This afternoon's forecast calls for mainly sunny weather, especially in eastern and southern regions, while in the west of the country it'll cloud over. This evening rain is expected first on the northern Adriatic and in mountainous areas, and then spreading to most of the country during the night, with rain showers and thunderstorms in places. There'll be a moderate to strong southwesterly and southeasterly Yugo wind. Later this will turn to a strong to gale force strength northerly and northeasterly wind, with a northeasterly Bura wind on the northern coast. Highest daily temperatures will be between 23 and 28 degrees Celsius. On Thursday it'll be much fresher inland, especially in the west of the country, where there'll be rain, mainly in the morning. The weekend will be warmer, and on Saturday in eastern and southern regions it could even be hot if unstable, while there'll be frequent rain showers in the west. On the coast it'll also be changeable. It'll be cloudier and considerably more rainy on the northern Adriatic, while in Dalmatia until Sunday it'll remain mainly dry, but with a southeasterly Yugo wind. It is also worth saying that there will be again very heavy downpours in places, especially on the northern coast and in mountainous areas.